This is The Big Picture, an official report of the United States Army, produced for the armed forces and the American people.
That was the Battle of the Argonne Forest, and only just beginning. It's been that way for 3 whole days and 3 nights. Cut off from the battalion, with no food, no water, no ammo, no nothing. Then that last barrage lifted, and I started crawling around, looking for the rest of the patrol. You know what? There wasn't any. What was left of them, if there'd been any, had all been pulled back. I was all alone. I look around, and that place was just a-popping with Germans. All of a sudden, it seemed like the whole of the Kaiser's army was out just to get me, and all of them yelling for me to surrender. Well, I started looking for a clip. Oh, gee, Rushy, there wasn't any. I got so sore, I forgot to be scared. Then I grabbed for a hand grenade. I pulled the clip, hauled back, and let her go. You know what? Every darn one of them come running out with their hands up over their head, yelling, "Comrade! Comrade!" Must have been a whole regiment. A battalion. Couple of hundred, anyway.
Well, that was World War I, the Battle of the Argonne. At least that's the way Grandpa recalls it. Perhaps he has stretched the truth a little bit. After all, refighting the old battles has been one of man's favorite conversational topics since the Stone Age. We must remember that it is a highly competitive pastime. And now let me interrupt just long enough to introduce myself. I'm Sergeant Stuart Queen, bringing you another in our series, The Big Picture. Today you will see the Battle of Salerno, a glowing chapter from our military history. Another reason, too, for that pride which makes the old battles a treasured source of memories among all men who have served the nation. But now, let's return to Grandpa and his captive audience.
A tight corner, eh? I'll say. What did I do? I'll tell you what I did. I picked up that empty rifle of mine just as if she was loaded, and I started herding them prisoners into a single file. Maybe you think I wasn't scared. Come on, you, I yell. Come on, you. Get 'em up. Keep moving. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I mean you. Hold up. You.
Oh, no. Oh, no, Pop. You're not at it again. Hi, Tommy. On the level now, how many Germans was it this time?
Go on. Go ahead. Poke fun. All the same, that was a man's war. None of your cream puff fighting with fancy machines to do the job. Cold steel and bullets, that's what we used. I was in a war.
You were in a war? Well, now, isn't that something? Where do you suppose I was? At a taffy pole? Have you ever heard of Salerno?
Salerno?
And we had to clean up North Africa before we ever got to Salerno.
Salerno? Oh.
Well, go ahead and laugh. Maybe I'd be laughing, too, if I hadn't been there. Salerno. I'll bet most of us have never even heard the name.
Some facts and figures you don't forget, ever. This was September 9th, 1943. The hour? Call it H hour. Some facts and figures you don't forget, ever. This was September 9th, 1943. The hour? Call it H hour. Salerno. And what a no-welcome committee. The worst poured down from those mountains beyond the beaches. Onto the beaches and punched on into the narrow Salerno plain behind them. That was D-Day and the night that followed. Our goal was Naples, but those mountains stood between. From them, enemy observation could spot every try we made for the foothills. Send armor tearing down. We were doing some tearing too, and units were breaking through. Remember the kids' game King of the Mountain? Well, that's what this was, but for keeps. Down below, we had a pal. The Navy was landing haymakers up into those hills. The enemy began to move in the troops that Monty's 8th had chased out of Sicily. But we were doing a little moving in ourselves, and every hour we were getting more of the things we needed to keep the show on the road. Sinews of war, that's what speechmakers call it. The same as muscle. And in our slugging match, we sure could use plenty of it. We were a going business, but setting up shop calls for real precautions. Maybe the tenants who moved out don't like you. These didn't, so we were mighty careful when we tidied up. Anyone who wasn't careful was likely to be sorry for it, if he was lucky. Just to keep from going soft, the engineers were taking time out from work to fight, and from fighting to work. The stuff that began to move over their roads made them the prettiest sight this side of US 1. Back of the beaches, a lot of equipment had to be written off. The Germans weren't letting anybody forget that they had firepower up in their hilltops. Those same gunners were having themselves a high old time holding down our use of the airstrips. We had two of them. One in a town called Montecorvino had been captured by the British. Our engineers built the other. Until we knocked off those guns, real air support had to come from Sicily or Navy carriers. But worse, those guns were costing us men. An ancient Greek temple had become a clearing station. And those nurses, some of them on the beaches before the end of D-Day, worked round the clock, treating and helping to evacuate the wounded. We stopped thinking about Naples. Only roads and hills with numbers. And towns that had names hard to pronounce. Battipaglia was one of the toughest to take too. But we had to, because it was a railroad junction and straddled the two best highways in the area. Reasons were that made a town important to us, the same reasons made it important to the enemy. And so those towns kept changing managements. We'd go in, get pushed out, and then have to go in all over again. And of course, worst were the ones up in the foothills. Up in the mountains with units circling backward and forward, you never knew who you'd meet up with. Sometimes it might be friends. A patrol could be a few yards away from an enemy hilltop, as the crow flies, not being a crow, still be miles away. Those were the miles that had to be bought, and the price was high. It was going to go higher. For now, the Nazis were readying an all-out counterattack. From the north, he rushed his best divisions, seasoned Grenadier Panzers, the veteran Hermann Goering Division. He'd smash us, hurl us back into the sea. We had eyes that could look down and see him building that powerhouse drive. And we kept him off balance wherever we could. The Nazi kept on plowing up our two airstrips and tried to pull down our carrier-based air power wherever it was flown in. Then he uncorked that Sunday punch. He threw in everything, and everything still included guns hammering down on us from above.
Alrighty, everybody, we are good to go. They're struggling a little bit with getting some players from CU in. They were struggling with the level 1 bug. But we're all set. I think I'm just waiting for artillery here. As they'll be building their... Assuming they're dropping supplies for the gun real quick. Assuming so. Maybe not. Maybe I gotta join somebody. I could join. I'll join Capco. Capco will know to kick me.
Come in.
There we go. Alright, go and turn off leadership chat. As we were doing the pub stream the other day. And we like to add in the pub or the command chat during a pub stream as it's always interesting. Now, we did luck out all day yesterday, as there really wasn't anything toxic going on. It was very, very good. But today we have Circle versus Climbers United, team out of China. Circle has a bunch of different European members in it. We could see some mercs, though. We got Kapka. We have Turks Let Loose. We got some Omen. And then I think some baddies of the north. Worst guitarist. So we do have a little bit of few marks there. But for the most part, it's going to be Circle versus Climbers United. And we do see Sniper Girl. I think I saw Sniper Girl has joined the ranks of CU. Somewhere over here. There she is. We're going to see the fragging ability of Sniper Girl on display here for SMDM. We're going to have A Network down there. A Network going to the church over there to the bottom right. And then Rue de la Guerre up there to the northeast. Yes, for those of you just joining, and I'm your host today, Smithers, for this friendly, competitive PC HLL matchup. 49 versus 49. And we're just getting started. CU has changed a lot over the years. And, of course, there's other teams like FOC that were at the pinnacle of, I think, the Chinese teams. Climbers United, though, has suffered, I'm assuming, from some roster turnover. And are maybe on a little bit of a rebuild at the moment. I mean, they were top 4. I'm not too sure where they rank now. Of course, seasonal for the PC side has just started. We'll see how that works out for them. Rockets sailing on forward. I think everybody from Circle actually made it to the hard cap. Don't see any CE for Climbers United, so none of those rocket snipes worked out. And we just have one rocket snipe maybe from a gunner or truck snipe from George Squad that came on in. Okay. Back to the action we go. Now SMDM is slightly favored to be captured by the Axis off the opening. They have a little bit better coverage here down in the trenches, but we've been surprised before. Now, for those of you watching from the console side, don't be surprised if you see a lot more long-range rocket snipes happening at predetermined garrison locations than you do on the console matchups. Pierce Farm is going to be a hotly contested area as the Axis will look to plant their MGs on Pierce Farm roof. But the Allies are fighting for it. We have 2 Luxes over here in the circle that will be securing the hard camp. The Allies were not able to get their outposts. I think this is maybe where the truck got... Oh, we do have 2 outposts from CU, but they're out in the open. Oh. Oh, they're going to get absolutely demolished. One rocket. The OP's still alive. Guido gets one. Guido gets gunned down. 1 outpost remaining. Oh, no. But the cap is about to flip, and an outpost will be deleted. And there we go. Okay, so the first camp goes to the Circle, and Climbers United has a really good garrison setup. Garrison network already set up, ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gary's on the map. Supplies falling over here to the rears. From the... No, we circle over there to the left. Okay. Pretty standard opening. Nothing crazy. Circle controls 5-way. We have a Lukes and the P4. Trying to get some coverage up here by Hockey Stick. Ruler, though, does get 1 rocket to the back of the P4. And one rocket into the Lukes. Panzer IV backs up. Rockets sail on ahead. Lukes does get popped from another rocket. This guy over here, slightly launching him a little bit too high, just shaving the top of the Lukes. 75 begins to push. I think the Panzer IV has backed up behind 5-way, so they're in a nice cover position. Storm Chaser does get one rocket to the front, but the Sherman's going to back up here. Now this place we're going to call Carrot Farm, where East Wind is right now. You have Carrot Farm, Pizza Slice over there to the northwest. Or sorry, Gardens over here to the northwest. And Pizza Slice over here to the far east. We have one Luke's cruising forward over here behind by cattle sheds. It looks like another medium 75 may be intercepting him in just a moment. Sniper Girl with the rifle loadout, opting to not use the Springfield for this matchup. Sniper Girl, of course, during her time with Helios, was one of the top fraggers in every single game. Lights out in all different aspects. Shutting down the enemy with no matter what weapon she puts her hands on. Another rocket from Guido. Pretty calming game. Now, of course, during all these matches, we kind of just have to wait and see what is going to be the first chaotic moment. As there always is. There's something that happens that changes the entire matchup. Whether it's a big backline spawn, CU is... And all the Chinese teams are very good about getting people around the backline and having somebody just lying low for the longest of time, waiting to get a good position in the back line. CU not able to sneak anyone past, though, just yet. Circle is going to have a little bit of just a tiny gap in their radar coverage over here on the border in the 6 to 7 grid line. So a potential garrison spot could be right here, everybody, or maybe on the road. And CU has been known to take risks with garrisons just straight out in the open, just hoping to get one spawn wave off. Because essentially, I mean, maybe sometimes that's all you need. You get one spawn wave with 3 or 4 squad leads, and next thing you know, they have a big problem. 4 or 4 guns down, 1 blueberry right there in Hockey Stick Trench. Over here to the far east. GCMG, Rosti. Now, once the heavy tanks get up here, we're going to see some solid setups being made. Heavy tanks should be spawned in here momentarily. We have 176 coming out of Middle HQ. And they'll start taking positions. Usually for the allies, for the heavies, they'll come over here south of north of Hockey Stick. First Tiger should be up momentarily as well. Panzer IV over here by Warner Bros. One Puma over here, but AT immediately called in. Puma gonna go for the... Oh, just get the outpost before this guy is able to clean him up. Tokugawa, and oh, when the rocket comes into the mirrors. And the Puma goes ba-ba-ba-dooey. That's what you want to see. You want to see very good AT discipline from your squads. To be able to call that in rapidly before the tank can do too much damage. Funny Mud Pea. There's a story behind that. Mud pea. Interesting. Maybe somebody in chat can translate for me, please. Assuming it's some type of slang. Frosty GCMG, push 4, gloomy crust out there into the distance. Kapka and there's the banana berries coming to the square trench, but GCMG right there to the opposite side. Ben Martin. Oh, Ben Martin wins the 1v1. That guy coming across the head. Sheza. A little double jump there, and Sheza comes out ahead. And we'll have a nice little exchange over here on the far side. As opposed to the console scene on PC, we usually do see a map edge to edge coverage on most maps. Now, of course, maybe on hill maps like Hill 400 or Hurricane, you're not going to have the greatest opportunity, but on maps like SMDM, you'll have that chance. First 76 hanging out by cattle sheds, not getting too much farther south just yet. First Tiger should be up here momentarily. No first Tiger yet. We have 2 P4s. 2 P4s and a Puma. No Tiger. Sniper Girl going up against Guido here in just a moment. Sniper Girl. And now Guido's going to hear that squishy footsteps and puts down a satchel. And Guido may get a little chunk of raspberries here. Sniper Girl, I think, just died by the satchel. May report that back to say, hey, there's a satchel right by me. We'll see here. We'll stay here and see how far Guido's satchel is able to see what kind of effect it's able to have. Probably will get East. Yeah, okay. Takes out East Wind. Gets one. Good proxy satchel usage, though. You never know what you might get. Could see a full spawn wave suddenly creep along the hedge, try to get towards A network. A little bit of cap progress comes in, but it's pure sector right now. Backline is nice, safe, and secure. Circle with a great set of radar coverage. Garrisons and outposts intertwined all around the backline. Medium 75 from CU. Staying nice and safe until their armor builds up. So you have the 76, the Stewie, and the medium 75. And another medium 75. 4 tanks active for CU. We have a Puma, 2 P4s, and the first Tiger on its way up to the front line. Looks like I think we're going to be rolling with 4 tank crews from each team today, everybody. Maybe a third and a half of a tank crew. Sometimes teams will just use 1 or 2 people inside of it. Sniper Girl's going to give it a chance here. Down the road she goes. Go to POV to see how Sniper Girl plays this. Nope. we will not. Capoli, Grim. Squad lead Andy back there, checking to make sure nobody sneaks around. This is currently the Achilles heel for the circle. Look at all that open space that Climbers United could get to. I mean, you would think it's not a lot, but one squad lead can stay still for a little while. Set up an outpost, do a quick double support swap. And next thing you know, you have a little Baba-Badooey action going on. You have a big problem to deal with. My competitive Hello Loose label's a little bit off. Just move that over a little bit. There we go. Dope and Pred fighting over here by a pizza slice. All by their lonesome. Nice little 2 versus 2. Pred gets one. That guy across the hedge with the recon loadout fires the carbine. Pred dodges a couple rounds. Gonna look the oh, Pred sinks the shot through the hedge. Greyhound down the road. One rocket comes in from Pred. Pred's going to take a second to reload. Let's see if Pred's able to get this off in time. Pred. No, and it goes right on over. Oh, Pred does have another one. I thought he... Oh, it's right. Okay, he didn't... He used the Car 98 on the raspberry right there behind the hedge. That's right. That will be all cleaned up. MG coverage, I'm assuming, back here by Warner Bros. Yes. We're going to have Bong on top of this roof. And this is a standard spot for all competitive Helios teams. Put an MG over here by this Warner Bros. Location. Right here down to the southeast of A network. As you can see why, with all the great line of sights that the MG42 has. Just to mow down raspberry after raspberry. So Bong will most likely be here for a majority of the match. Unless, of course, the point changes. Oh! Okay. But, of course, being an MG, you're going to be one of the biggest targets for the enemy. And Pyrochemist will man the other MG42 spot over here to the back of A network. Pretty standard map position. CU begins to make a little bit of ground over here to the east side. Just a little bit. They've gotten an OP up in the wheat field, but people like Pyrochemist should be able to monitor that with ease. Rafiki appears to be the SL here up on the hedgerow that's responsible for monitoring this area. Not going beyond it, just staying right here in front of it. Or behind it, I should say. And poor east wind coming up here through the trench. Now, the Chinese teams have had some famous games in the past where it was just pure meat grind heaven. Or I don't know what else you want to call it, but it was it was meat grind extravaganza. For those of you that were around during the competitive scene, I mean, you saw Fock versus Helios, Fock versus Infamous on Foy Night, with the meat grind units just dying over and over and over again. 80 plus times a piece, slamming their head, banging their heads against the wall, against the mid camp on Dugout Barn and Southern Edge. Until finally, in both situations, they were able to come full circle and just defeat the enemy. But it was a true grind fest. Oh! A couple rockets missed there from CU on the P4. Another rocket. No! Nice ricochet over there to the other Blueberry. Panzer IV is going to back up, though, if they're feeling some heat. More movement over here to the east. So Climbers United is going to have a pretty good combination if they can if they could keep Charlie Squad's OP loaded and combine with some pressure front door, which we do see Eastwind has made his way over here into the circle. Going to have a solid opportunity here Now, the outpost, I don't think was placed just yet. Oh, okay, it was placed right here, everybody. Can I ping? Am I... Okay, I'm out of the squad. Okay, I can ping. Yes, it was placed right in this trench. Be right on the border, I believe. Yes, there we go. All right, so the allies will be able to launch right in here. And maybe able to get more bodies inside the circle. Forrest, wow, burns an outpost before falling to his death, but that's safe. That's pretty good. East Windows came even farther down to the south. Amongst staying in the hedges here. Now we're starting to see the pressure build a little bit. We have the first Tiger over here to our right. Going to move behind the building, taking a shot. I think they took a shot from the Jumbo 76 over here by a hockey stick. Yeah, CU's gotten control over the east. They're up on Pierce, or they got control of Pierce Farms. That eliminates an option for Circle to get an MG42 up there to monitor all this. And there's more. Another squad lead for CU gets inside the circle. And Walsh, Guido, and Walsh coming back here. Rafiki, they go up to the room building. The CU armor begins to pump more HE into the hard cap. Panzer IV down below. Gonna back up here after taking a shot from the medium 75. Barely gets out of the way. That'd be Timsy, Vape Lord, and Ghost Dragon. Gonna do some repairs. Medium 75 knows they have them pinned. We may see some artillery called in here momentarily. 76 over there to the right of the 75. Wicks. Yeah. Repairing the Tiger right here real quick. Bombing run on its way. This will be a CU bombing run. Not going over to the back of A. Now we're going over to the south of 5-way. It's me. Get that P4. No, the medium 75 pushed up. Okay, we have a medium 75 and the 76. Okay, yeah, the medium 75 pushed down the rope. I was able to clean it up already, so it's going to be looking good for CU. The Tiger is going to be in a little bit of a pickle here. The Tiger's rear is facing, and the Tiger, oh yeah, Soberbacks are at Wicks. They got East Wind to the rears. They know they don't have to worry about the rifleman. Counter bombing run coming in from the Axis here in just a second. Medium 75 stalls, looking for a better mark on the Tiger. Tiger has gotten the intel that there's a 75 pushing. One shot comes into the Tiger. Counter bombing run from these... Oh, hold on. We have... Oh, it's going over here to the north. Okay. And the airhead, unfortunately, was just called in for CU. And the Circle Commander, Victor, will not have it available to him. Tiger still has to watch that medium 75 as they could approach at any moment, so they're forced to face that direction. It's going to allow the Climbers United Infantry to maybe get a side shot rocket on them, but no Rocketeers down below us. Good response here to the hard cam. We have another P4 coming from Middle HQ. Once, oh, there we go. The medium 75 circled around. Hold the Wicks in again. They're going to be spinning here real quick. Can they turn in time? No, they do. Oh, and the Tiger collapsed to 75. Oh, man. That was close. It probably was in a couple seconds there being taken out. But, of course... Oh, no, the Jumbo 75 is coming over here. One rocket to the rears. Tiger's going to need to spin quickly here. I think they're going to be able to. Yep. They're front-facing the Jumbo 75, so they should be okay. Tiger should be able to clamp them. Alrighty. So Wicks and Co. take out a medium 75 and a Jumbo 75 over the past couple minutes. Oh, Yuz TC. Okay, so Ya and Co. Take out a couple allied tanks. Threats a little bit reduced. Strafing run called in from the Axis to help alleviate a little bit of this pressure. You know, sometimes on strafing runs, you can get a little bit lucky. It's going to get one. The Raspberries have all pushed up, unfortunately. And CU dedicated to this Oh, the airhead. That's the airhead. Okay, not the outpost. But you have the airhead still alive and well for the Allies. But the artillery is locked down in that area. Okay, circle holding on. No backline threat. Oh, the commander just passed the tank. And unfortunately will not be able to really make anything happen here. Should see him get destroyed. Victor drops a supply box just in case. It keeps going. Artillery round lands to the rear, takes out the Tiger's repair station. Over here to the left. We have a Greyhound zooming about. It's a two-person Greyhound. This guy and that guy in there. Panzer IV spins after getting the intel most likely, and the Greyhound gets clapped by the other Tiger tank crew. Ghost Dragon, Timsy, and Vape Lord. And just like that, the Axis have slowly been squished here. They did have a full line extending from east to west, but now, as we can see, it's starting to bend. Still holding, but bending. Climbers United Infantry completely control the hard cap. And it's going to put this Tiger in a little bit of a difficult situation, although we do not see satchels, AT. We don't see any assaults, AT, or engineer loadouts at all in the circle from the Allies. Just riflemen. Riflemen everywhere. And I imagine that the CU leadership will be giving their frontline squad leads a bit of business about that later when they review this matchup. As this Tiger would most likely get smoked, you can see a couple AT players come on in. Cap still going in favor of CU. Remember, they have strong circle cap weight, and then pretty much this full line of control. And I think this is going to flip everybody over to the Allies. Panzer IV trying to hold the road against the infantry coming on forward. And the second cap of the game, everybody, goes to Climbers United. And now Ya and Co will be backing up here more to friendly lines and perhaps to join their buddy Tiger, as it's going to get a little bit too spicy, even for some of the best of tankers. Shot comes in from the right. Tiger's going to spin here. We have a medium 75 out there to the top of our screen, everybody. Yeah, jumps out, going to do some quick repairs. Jumps at the back of the tank. Notice how he has his back to the hedge. Oh no, another shot came in from the other side. They have a Jumbo 76 that came up right here to the front line. Okay. So Allied tanks making a little comeback. Remember, the fourth point is St. Marie de Mont, which is going to present a little bit of an issue for the defense as far as covering all those alleyways and making sure that no airheads are sneaked back into the far back line. All those nooks and crannies of SMDM. I know, I've commanded on that point before. It can be brutal. So watch all, just be terrified against people sneaking in. This other Tiger over here to the left, along with the P4 recon tank over here to the back line. Commander Victor checking everything out. We do have one Climbers United recon outpost to the bottom right, everybody. They just need supplies, and they'll be good. Once again, with the latest update, I can see enemy spawn points, but I cannot see enemy supplies. I don't know if they already have some back there and maybe tucked away. Wick's here building a repair station for the next time they need to get up here with the tank by Warner Bros. Oh, Wick's redeploys, maybe to get some support. Drop some supplies. Few backline penetrations. We do have 7 over here to the back. Then we have 1 Stewie, a solo Stewie. And this Tiger's hopefully getting some, or may not get the intel about that. Solo Stewies can be very powerful. Kafka, Sheza, Pyrochemist, and Faber should hear the little hum of the engine in just a moment. Faber. Yep, Faber's coming back. Rondris over here. Rondris, 1 rocket in. The Stewie driver goes, ah, damn it. They found me. And all that driving, well, unfortunately. Oh, nice splash there by the Stewie driver. This guy. Nice backup spot. Right there on top of the barrels. Do you have 1 Luke's heading on forward? 2-person Luke's. Rondris comes back for the finishing rocket. There we go. All right, so Climbers United tanker will be sent back to the redeploy screen. Front line looks pretty stable, though. Just have the 1 Recon SL. Now, Climbers United did get the garrison up here to the back. Oh, we all know what that means. We're about to see a bunch of raspberries. At least a little trickle of them come off and threaten to wrap up this entire front line of the circle. One rocket sails on down below, trying to get this garrison, I believe. Oh, we have an OP right there. Oh, nice rocket. From the back. Knocks it out. That guy right there. And that's what you want to see. You want to see Rocketeers coming off these backline spawns and just take out the enemy spawns from a distance. And slowly but surely, you'll chip away at the enemy's front line. We have 2 squad leads now working their way through on the back. Tiger has shifted over to Warner Bros. SMDM looks okay for right now. Recon plane went up. Peace strikes, remember, are ready to go, everybody, although we have not seen one yet. Another rocket from the right from that guy. Ted, though, able to take out the raspberry from the rears. Circle has no backline penetration at the moment. Everything looks okay. They do have 100 supplies in the wheat field that can be used should somebody sneak on by. But for the most part, Climbers United shutting it down. Another SL, though. We now have... Oh, the Recon OP shifted over here to the north. And now look at all these raspberries coming on in, everybody. Oh, man, I feel like we're going to see a squishing effect from the south to the north. Luke's pushing around the front. Gloomy crust. Lord Jax. Just looking to draw some attention away, maybe. Pull a few raspberries from the front line. Rockets are missing, so that's a good sign for them. They're over here in the 5-way looking for garrisons, maybe. Looks like they did take a little bit of damage. Now this is where AT mines can come in clutch. Jumbo 76 is right across the hedge. We do have a Greyhound. Oh no, Lucia. Finishes him off. And Climbers United. Garrison is still alive and well. Kapka dropping a box right there. Gonna put a garrison right next to the Climbers United garrison. Let's go see if Kapka is going to be able to see that in time. Okay, yeah, Kapka did mark it. Kapka goes up, begins to dismantle. And takes it out. Okay. Good play there by Kapka, getting up a garrison for the circle over here to the back. Longya coming over here. Check out what happened. Kapka versus Longya. Kapka. Longya. Carbine versus Gewehr. Who do you got? Oh, Gewehr wins the day. All right, Kapka will call in some reinforcements, and they'll begin moving on north to see what is going on here in the back. As the line was looking really good, but now as we see a couple raspberries slowly coming up forward, but for the most part, actually, it's kind of holding. The circle did lose the west side, though. And now we're going to see these Climbers United raspberries slowly make their way towards the east, and they're going to want to form this L shape, and we can see another outpost. Oh, man, the raspberries coming over here to the back. Water Bros, and the Tiger is burning badly. Ghost Dragon. 76 gets it from the rears. Or it could have been the 75, not too sure. But Circle loses 2 Tigers in the past. Okay, about 10 minutes or so. It's been a while. Another Tiger coming up at the bottom right. Yeah, Wix and Sober Maxer driving up to the front. Circle spawning in from the garrison towards the west of SMDM. Garrison still alive down to the south of A number. We have another Wix. Okay. Another Wix. Jumbo 76 now feels the freedom to move up here on the front line. And the CU tanks push on forward. One Puma over here to the back line has snuck through. Nothing else going on. .48 minutes left to go, everybody. If you're just joining me, I'm your host today, Smithers, for this friendly matchup between CU and the Circle. CU is a Chinese team coming here today on SMDM. So far, we have seen 2 captures. First going to the Axis and then to the Allies. It's been a pretty good matchup so far. Victor trying to figure out exactly where to allocate the resources as he sees the west side of the map begin to fold a little bit. No SLs on the recon tank. They'll just be on a one-way mission over there to the back line. But yes, always remember when you're in a recon tank, try to, if you're able to, at least put one SL inside of it, and maybe you can make something happen to the back line. One SL being dropped off, double support swap. Next thing you know, you got yourself a little baba-dooey going on in the back line. Have yourself a little grand old time. But yes, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to take a second and hit that like button if you can, please. Miracle going up against that guy, but that guy wins the 1 vs 1 with the compare. OP gets wiped. Justo comes forward, inspects the body parts on the ground, satisfied with the work, and we'll continue moving on. And this tank crew has been demolished. Bubbles is the last one inside. May see some Rocketeers in a moment. There we go. One rocket from Grim. 75 splashing some smoke. Bubbles may drive off. But they do have the 76 in support, I believe. Yeah, 76 is watching their back. Making sure that nothing happens to him. Sails to the rear on a... Oh, Greyhound. That's snuck by. Okay. Over here in the middle of Hamlets, we have a Belgian gate being built. Transport truck. Tiger and a P4 looking for the enemy 76 and 75. Line still begins to bend a little bit even more. CU now getting some farther penetration over here towards Hamlet, as we can see. Circle may think about putting up a garrison in C8 to offer some counter flank opportunities to some squad leads to recapture Hugos and clean this up a little bit. As you can see, they're slowly getting squished towards SMDM little by little. The line's still holding, but the next 10 minutes may be very telling as far as if CU can maintain this momentum. No P strikes yet today, everybody. Usually we like to try to keep an eye out for the P47 and Stuka accuracy. Nothing yet. We're pretty much to the halfway mark. Panzer IV looks to relocate with Lord Jackson, Gloomy Crust. Now, what would be like a Gloomy Crust? Would it be soggy? Like if you make a pie, you think about that perfectly brown, golden brown texture. You're looking at a piece of apple pie. Or I don't know actually what pie is most common in Europe. Not too sure because I know Circle can have a heavy European contingent here. But if you look at the golden brown crust on a croissant or an apple pie. Oh, nice rocket there from this guy. Gets the P4 right to the rears. But if you look at a pie and you're thinking about whether it looks tasty or not, you do look at the crust. And I imagine if the crust looks wet and droopy, you don't want really probably any much part of that. However, the crust looks golden brown, and then you look from the outside on in, you see the top of the pie, the crust. It's nice and tantalizing. Then you're going to be more likely to dive in. However, with a Storm Chaser, Sniper Girl, oh, Storm Chaser wins and takes out Sniper Girl. One tank over here to the back. We got a Luke's rolling down to the rears. Won't be able to do anything to the 76. Maybe get some track damage on him. And the bend in the line continues, although it looks like Circle was listening just a little bit. We have a garrison placed in C8 Baker Squad. Kapka getting a little bit of attack going on Hugo's farm. But the Lukes enters A network cap sector and begins a little bit of contestation, but she should be just okay. 76 down to the south. Takes one shot in from the Tiger, I believe. And they're backing up in the middle of the open. .76 will be just fine. Okay, we have another Tiger coming in from bottom right HQ, and it looks like the Tiger by SMDM did real... Oh, we have a P4 over here. Okay, we have a P4 to the right. Another Tiger, so maybe the other Tiger did get taken out. That's what it looks like. Recon vehicle coming in from the south. Nothing by A network, everything looks good to go, although the Kapka and Co. has came on in and taken out the garrison over there by Hugo's. Storm Chaser. Duking it out with Long Yap. Just notice the left and right leans, everybody. For those new players that are watching, it's what you got to get used to. Now me, I can't do that, man. I just like to play the game like a really crappy fragger. I'm more of a... I think I belong in the driver's seat of a tank. Although, I mean, a pub match I'm not too bad, but in competitive Helios I get fried almost every time. Storm Chaser gets along, yeah. Let's go take a look at the poll real quick, everybody. NHL Vietnam, I'm looking forward to a fresh new meta. All the new I spelled that wrong, didn't I? All new the teams. A totally different environment or new weapons and vehicles. Yes, the new meta will be nice just to see, because everybody starts off at a blank slate. Of course, you're going to have the very good fraggers on all the different teams. But, of course, all the new shooters will have to adjust to new weapons, and then we'll get to see which new weapons are going to be more overpowered, and they'll have to nerf, and other ones they'll need buffing. As we see with all types of games. I mean, it's all one of those things where they try to test as much as possible, but of course, when they release it to the public for the mass to try out, it's going to be, you know, a lot of testing, a lot of feedback, all that kind of stuff, like they did with Hell Let Loose in, you know, World War II version. But the fresh new strategy is going to be, it's going to be very nice to see, because obviously we're very used to Hell Let Loose World War II, where we have the static front line, but now we're going to add the third dimension in Vietnam with the helicopters. And that's going to change a whole bunch of things. I mean, it could really break up the front line. I mean, when it comes to these static 3-2 plays. We do have an airhead that landed into the back line. Okay, they do see it. Okay. Tank rounds are coming on forward. Will they get it in time? Greyhounds nearby. Looks like they're doing one squad lead. That guy right there. We'll call this guy a long jumper. Blueberries. Oh! Squad leads. Greyhound comes forward. Grim. Oh, and Grim doesn't make it. But we do have 3 squad leads alive right now. We have X, Ted. Oh, no. The one to the left gets taken out. Ted and X are still alive. One sniper over there to the left. Ted and X just got to lay low. Greyhound inspects the area. They don't want to put up their OPs because they know the Greyhound's still moving about. Is there a garrison nearby for CU? No, there is not. Okay. Do have another recon vehicle to the top. Baker Squad. Kapka getting a garrison over there to the top left. In C5. No raspberries look to be in the vicinity, so they do have a good backup option. X and Ted lie low. BS back to the poll. We have all new teams and new teams. I spelled that wrong in the poll. I'm sorry, buddy. But, all new the teams. But yeah, so that's another thing as well, is that we're going to have a whole bunch of people that want to try out the competitive scene. And this time it's going to be nice because the competitive PC, or the PC and the console scene, will launch at the same time. That's going to be nice. So they'll be both trying it out simultaneously. But yes, that's going to be nice. See if there's going to be a brand new Division 1 team that comes in and destroys everybody. Oh, Ted! Oh, no! Loses the fight against Long Ya. Long Ya saves the garrison. Greyhound comes forward and helps out, support. X is still alive over there to the top right. Garrison gets established at Gardens. Mamma mia! Wow, 2 garrisons over here in the back line for the circle, and they're going to have a chance for a big Franka-Ruski over to the back. 35 minutes left to go. A little bit of cap progress comes in on A network. Multiple squad leads come off of the Gardens. The Gardens, where am I on the map, everybody? Oh, I'm all the way over here. Okay, ping over back here. Okay, there we go. Oh, we got 2 squad leads. Kapka, Ukraini, and Walsh. Commander Victor on their way. A few more blueberries to support. This guy, Victor, hold still. This guy, oh, and Walsh. Does a little flop there to maybe get some attention from the referees. But no red card for that guy today. They're going to let it go. They're going to let it fly. Risi Kapuli. Over here into hockey stick. A little bit of cap progress comes in, but the CU armor is nearby, everybody. And they're going to be able to help cover this open field. St. Marie de Mont begins to get a little bit of infiltration, but they're holding still. And we have a nice armor duo between this Greyhound and the Heavy. But the Puma claps the Greyhound. This guy with the AT loadout. Camp progress still coming in over our 50% mark, and the circle may just commit everything here. Although they only have a couple 3 outposts. Precision strike called into AA. That's going to be heading over to the 76, but the 76 has begun to move. And unfortunately, The Stuka will most likely fall far away from it. Yeah, very, very far away. .33 minutes left to go on the clock. Garrison is alive and well. Cap progress does stall. CU brings back a whole bunch of bodies to help the circle, including another Jumbo 76. So 2 Jumbo 76s back here to help out with the defense. And unfortunately, that may be a little bit too much for the Axis, unless they have unbelievable Panzerschreck skills here. There goes that rocket. Wouldn't it be hilarious if that nailed somebody out there in the field? Oh, it'd be so good. Is that a flare or a rocket? Oh, it's a flare. Okay. Oh, multiple rockets. There we go. Power Chemist and Guido. Peppering the right side of it. Jumbo's going to back up. Oh, Guido barely misses. Cap progress still coming in. We got the banana berries up to the north. The garrison is over there to the east, though, in the wheat field. King Squad, Booby Alike coming over here to the rears. We do have one Panzer IV coming down. The precision strikes landing on Wicks and Co., and they get fried amongst all the raspberries. Oh, they were caught out in a very bad position. It looks like the AT players were ready to swarm on in anyways, or at least Funny Mud Pete was. Please, someone from China chime in as to what the story behind Funny Mud Pete is. I am oh so curious. Cap progress still favoring the Axis. We got this Panzer IV that is roaming around the hard camp, looking to wipe up some raspberries. Rocket to the rears. Falls a little bit short. Climbers United. Oh, they did lose the garrison. King Squad, Booby Alike, able to find it. And that's gonna... Okay, they do have the garrisons to the west and east, though. And the Allies will be able to bring in a whole bunch of reinforcements from those. Explosion happens over here to the top. Was that the Jumbo 76? Yes, it was. Alrighty, the Jumbo gets clapped. It's going to give the circle a little bit of life here, but the CU brings back a whole bunch of raspberries to defend this. A little bit unsure how this may go. SMDM faces a little bit of pressure. CU has not penetrated, though, yet. Puma gets taken on the hard cap. Okay. Puma goes down. Panzer IV still rolling around the back line. Garrison is warm. It looks like we have the CU commander. AK, or AD, what's his name again? ADA2K. And just like that, the circle push begins to die down. Oh, but they still do have the garrison over here in C4, everybody. So keep that in mind. They could use that a little bit later. They may let it calm down a little bit over here on the offense. As you want to be able to take breaks, and I'll let the enemy think that you don't have anything else left. Let them reallocate their resources to push in front of SMDM. And then you want to send over a few squad leads over here to this garrison, walk all the way around, and potentially find a little gap right here. Do a double support swap, and launch a whole bunch of blueberries for yet another attack. Long-range rocket. Goes over Capuli's head. We'll go check here by SMDM, see what's going on. Yeah, Silver Max or Wicks jumping in another Tiger here. Coming on down the road. 29 minutes left to go, everybody. SMDM still looks good. Tiger should locate that spawn point. Yeah, there they go. Get a nice triple. Oh, such a sweet play as a tanker. Sober Maxer. No doubt with a little smile on the face when seeing that spawn point. And of course, the triple raspberry. A little raspberry jam make it. King Squad over here to the back. Booby Light. Maybe just lying low in the wheat field. Garrison still up and ready to go up there to the northwest. Nothing over here from the recon standpoint that we saw earlier. Front line's holding pretty well. But yet back to the poll, we have the fresh new meta, all the new teams. Like I said before, it's always going to be interesting to see if there's some new Division 1 contender with a whole bunch of new players that come from maybe another game. We see, I mean, we know a lot of players that come from Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege, and Valorant. Now, will they want to come to Vietnam, given the publicity and some streamers and stuff? Considering there's no real money, at least for the moment, for these types of games. But who knows? We could see some nice new teams emerge that shake the comp scene up a little bit. And then, of course, like I mentioned, with the new meta and everything, the new strategies and just how teams will have to rethink everything. Strat sketches that will need to be made up, as teams won't have any previous plans to rely on. A totally different environment coming in number 3, yes. Well, it is leading the poll right now. But the jungle, kind of curious what the wildlife will look like. I mean, that's just a little part that I think people aren't talking about. What's that going to be from from the ambiance sort of standpoint? Will we hear, what kind of birds will we hear? Maybe snakes will fall down from the trees, appear out of the ground from nowhere. What kind of tunnel system will we get? Rocketeer over here to the back. This guy, I mean, this guy has been everywhere. I recognize those symbols. Being able to thread some rockets at all types of tanks. Some blueberries still leaking through the back. Allied commander still patrolling around the rear, seeing what's going on. SMDM looks solid still. We've seen one peace strike from each commander, which I think we're going to have one more for the remainder of the game. One Jumbo 6 and Medium 75. And then new weapons and vehicles. I think the biggest thing talked about right now is going to be the helicopter. And how exactly that's going to work, nobody really knows at the moment until the next big... I think we're all waiting for the next big developer stream where they're going to go in a little bit more in depth about how everything is going to work. As right now, I think we just have the surface, very, very high level information. Long range rocket over there to the side of the Tiger, but the Tiger's okay. Got some nice protection right there behind the hedge. One garrison established out there in the open. Charlie squad. Oh, mamma mia. Let's go take a look at that. Oh, they're getting surrounded. Garrison placed. Where is this Gary? Oh, it was taken out already. Okay. I think it was literally right in the open. But hey, I mean, if you're able to sneak it on up, all you need, like I said before, is one good spawn wave with 3 or 4 SLs. And that's totally fine. Jumbo 75 back here on the defense. Adam Kang, this guy and that guy. Checking everything out. Panzer IV over here to the left, so maybe trying to get an angle on it. SMDM still holding. Very good defense here by the circle. Just maintaining a nice network of outposts and garrisons, so people have plenty to fall back on in case some of the front line gets burned. Panzer IV crew, I'm just kind of curious. They're down below us. We have X and Mazda going up against Ram, but Ram most likely reported that P4. Okay, yeah, we have Jason Piggy coming over here to the rears. Jason Piggy lines one up. Ricochet off the back. Manages to maintain focus. Sees the guy to the right out of the corner of his eye, fires the rocket, immediately switches weapons, turns around and shoots the other guy. Oh, what a level of ADHD that is for Jason Piggy. You know, it's almost as if Jason Piggy could have had the bazooka in one hand and the rifle in the other. I think he could have done both. Stewie back here from CU from the solo. I'm surprised it doesn't turn the engine out, but a good position here on the just to watch the back line, see if anything's sneaking about. Mike's or King Squad, Booby Light looking for a double support swap. Look at Booby Light. Now this is how you do it. You call one support player, you drop a box of 50, and Bong works his way in as well. Now Bong is going to drop a box. Now they shouldn't move off of this. Okay, redeploys. Good job, Booby Light. Looking to get up the... And look at the garrisons over there to the east. Booby Light's going to look to place it now. Dismantles the outpost for a new garrison position. And... Booby Light waits. Maybe they're at max garrisons. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 garrisons right now on the map. Bombing run coming over here to the front line. Booby Light waits for the commander to dismantle. What good garrison etiquette here by Booby Light. And notice how Booby Light dismantled the outpost, so that way, just in case somebody runs by, they don't hear the radio and they don't get the notification that they burned the outpost. Ah, very good play here by this fella from Omen. Bombing run coming over on the front line. Let's see how this does for CU. Oh, it takes out a good little chunk over there. It's going to get... Oh, man, look at that. The catastrophe. Right there on the front line. That's going to free up these raspberries to push on down to the south. Able Squad and Terror still there to the back, though, and should be able to... Yep, the blueberries spawning on in, and they're going to deal with these raspberries here over there. Let's see who wins the fights while we wait for this garrison to get placed. One blueberry comes over here to the back, takes out that raspberry. This raspberry sneaks on by. Garrison gets placed. Garrison is unlocked and good to go. Though CU does have this garrison over here to the right side, everybody. Oh! Let's see if Booby Light's able to find it. Booby Light shouldn't be going too far off it, though. Gotta be careful here, Booby Light. It's gonna go over here to the border. Garrison for CU is over here somewhere. Booby Light going around. Let's see how many spawns these Axis send here. Remember, you want to prioritize SLs first. Get up their outposts so they can flood, or just in case the garrison gets locked. Nice big spawn wave. Let's see how many SLs we got. We got Capco. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 SLs. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. 6 times 4 is what, everybody. Let's do a little bit of math together on a Saturday morning, Saturday evening, Saturday wherever you're in the world. 6 times 4 is 24. And now the blueberries push on in. The garrison goes warm. King Squad. You gotta get that garrison, buddy. Gotta get that garrison. And now these squad leads will rush on towards the hard cap here. No, Bong gets gunned down from Jason Piggy. But the squad leads are still alive, looking to place their outposts. One outpost goes up, item. The rest of the blueberries making their way forward. Bombing run called into A network. Unfortunately, the garrison's up to the north, so will not get that one. King Squad's on this one up here to the top. It looks like we have an AT player coming in. They're going to rocket that garrison. Kapka, Sharp, M. Walsh, Rafiki. Faber working their way forward. Jason Piggy 505 and that guy over there to the left with the MG. And CU's going to bring their tanks back. Big spawn over there to the bottom right. Oh, the bombing run. Yeah, unfortunately, is going to miss all those raspberries. Oh, when you watch that as commander, you just go, And poor Victor's going to see that no notification came up for a garrison being taken down. And we do have 175 coming in from the north towards that garrison. It's going to clap it right in the middle of the road, no doubt. Any moment, another banana berry wave comes over to the circle. Everybody most likely will be on the attack, 50% cap now. No other launch garrisons, though, for the Axis. They're purely dependent on these outposts. Raspberry spawn wave over here to the east, trying to take out these banana and blueberries. Cap now over 50% for circle. And remember, everybody, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that like button real quick, if you could, please. 17 minutes left to go in this camp, and we're about to maybe see... Oh, we got another blueberry wave over there to Wheatfield. They might as well just try to shove everything in the circle, just maximize this camp weight while they have the little bit advantage. Garrison is still alive down there to the southeast. They're approaching it, though. Should see another big spawn wave from CU. Yes, we do, right there. Oh, my gosh, look at that spawn wave. And they're going to hear those rifles go off. Almost wish they had muskets or something and this was a Revolutionary War game. So we could see all those fumes of smoke go up into the air. Sharp. Longya. Sharp. Oh, takes out Longya. Recon OP and circle caps it with 16 minutes left to go. What a comeback. Oh my gosh. What a play, buddies. And the backline garrison works out for them. Love to see it. Airhead plane called in. En route de la guerre. CU has no spawn waves nearby. We do have option squad coming up to the north, though. They have a support player, Jason Piggy, right by him. Oh, what a relief there for the circle defensive players. They were holding so strong on St. Marie de Mont. No doubt. I mean, their backs were getting pushed against the wall. Not too sure if they were going to break or not, but man, when you breathe a sigh of relief when the team is able to capture the midpoint, you just go, oh, thank God. Oh, just gonna, because you know the pressure is mounting and mounting. All right, let's take a look at this reset, everybody. We'll see what these tanks are doing. The Jumbo's looking around the area for the Allies. We do have one Panzer IV circling around. We have the Tiger coming here to the right. This Panzer IV is burning, though. Take another shot. Who's in this Panzer IV? Wixie up and Silvermaxer. Oh, no, the Jumbo gets him from on top of the hedge. However, they have bought time. That's 510 fuel, 156 manpower, and 750 munitions. Strafe Run goes over to the north, but CU's all over that airhead and is able to take it out. Enemy airhead marked. This Jumbo is a 75 or 76, 75 is taking some big damage. Grim jumping around. Airhead for CU right there. Oh, CU, they did launch an airhead. Jumbo 75 is trying to protect it. 14 minutes left to go. Nice grenade takes out the CU airhead. Garrison established inside the hard camp. Tugger coming around to the right. No doubt Wix, and they bring up another P4 from the middle. HQ coming past Hill 6 right now. Tiger over here by Warner Bros. Big CU spawn from the top left of our screen. Cap pressure begins on Rue de la Guerre, but it's just a two-person Luke's going around the circle just to cause a little bit of ruckus. Two heavy tanks for the Allies. One Jumbo 75, one Jumbo 76. They're going to be facing a lot of Rocketeers here. If the circle could take them out, then that would obviously relieve a ton of pressure. Peace strike called in. This will be on this Jumbo. It may get it considering the damage on the Jumbo 75. Yay! I have successful Stuka strike. Very rare on SmithersCast. But Commander Victor able to take it out. Oh, love to see it, buddies. 12 minutes left to go. Circle begins establishing all these outposts. No garrisons, though, in the active sector. Everything has been taken out. We've got plenty of outposts, though. 2 garrisons down to the south. Got to get these garrisons up, buddies. Got to get these garrisons up. I know it's chaotic. It's crazy right now. But yes, no, it can be crazy sometimes, buddies, but always try to think about these garrisons. No, we got nothing in the blue zone. Looks like Dog Squad may be able to get something over here to the left. Panzer IV is backing up. Wicks, yeah, Sober Maxer. Trying to hide behind this hedge. Trying to adjust perfectly to make sure that the Jumbo or the enemy tanks can't see him. While also trying to offer some pressure to Gardens. Yell and Wicks jump out, going to do a little double repair. Yell jumps to repair the turret. And Wicks will take care of the bottom. Oh no, Wicks will jump into the driver's seat. Okay. Garrison goes up to the west. Supplies coming over here near 5-way. Victor is looking to put up a garrison near there. And they're looking to hold strong for these final 10 minutes. Storm Chaser, Kapka, checking out. Gardens here. Kapka, no doubt, feeling good after everything worked out. The back line. Sometimes you go through 3-4 attempts to make it work on the back line. The key thing is you got to try different spots, and that's what they did. They tried the open field, they tried up to the north, they tried to the far west, and they finally found the secret sauce right up to the road and the road with Bubia Light setting down that magical garrison. And they coordinated. Oh, Cap can take some shots right there in the neck and will not be coming back here. Sniper Girl gets taken out by Eusto. Climbers United still has a recon tank in the back line. Thompson asks, what's the main differences between comp metas and casual matches? The big thing is going to be your spawn points, team organization, everybody has a mic, communication and organization amongst all the different groups between armor and infantry. So many differences. You see a nice organized line when it comes to the team versus one OP over back here and one down there, over there. Everybody is in sync. Everybody wants to work together to win. Versus in a public match where you see a lot of people just doing their own thing. Maybe you get about 30% don't have microphones or don't want to use the microphones. Maybe higher than that. You have very active commanders. Maybe in pub matches you get a commander that sits in HQ. The differences are... yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But if you're interested in checking out Competitive Hell Loose, be sure to check out the Discord link in the video description, where you can become a console or PC recruit, and we have a bunch of recruiters from all around. From different con teams from all around the world that probably want you on your team, their team today. Or if you're not interested in the Competitive Hell Loose, you can always join as a casual member. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go, everybody. If you're just joining me, I'm your host today, Smithers, for this friendly matchup between Circle and Climbers United here on SMDM with A Network as a midpoint. For the longest time, we only saw one cap, but just a few moments ago, we saw the second one. Circle able to get a very nice backline garrison up and flood it with SLs, rolling towards a hard cap, calling a whole bunch of chaos, and Climbers United team. And the Climbers United had to pull back from the attack on SMDM, but it was not enough. Circle able to come out with the 3-2, now approaching the end of the match. Looking good so far. Commander for Climbers United back here, checking out Rudeta Gale. Sharp just trying to find a nice safe spot amongst the hedges. Does not have enough time, though. We have one Tiger over here to the rear, so it looks like they're going to have 2 repair stations ready to go for them. There's another big difference between pub and competitive. Oh, we have a bombing run coming on in. This will be a CU bombing run going over through 5-way. It should get the garrison, actually. Yes, it does. Gets a couple blueberries and the Gary. Don't think it's going to have the distance to get the Tiger. Oh, just beyond it. And Guido will survive. A little bit of cap progress flickers, and that's mainly because CU has a ton of bodies in sector. They also have a Stewie coming around the back. Tiger's got the intel, though. Airhead called in. Tiger looks for the Stewie. Stewie pauses on the road. It's a 2-person Stewie. Now, for those new players, the Stewie is looking to get to the rear of the Tiger so they can pump 4 rounds into the booty, as they won't be able to penetrate the Tiger from the front. That Tiger's going to be okay. We have a Panzer IV over here to the right in support, and then we have a Luke's to the left. That's 3 active tank crews, and doesn't seem like, I think, Wix, Ya, and Booty Smasher? No, not Booty Smasher. Sober Maxer. They're going to be playing the infantry for these final few minutes, as they know they won't have enough time to bring up another tank. Airhead was called in, by the way. The Airhead, I don't... Oh, the Airhead's right there. We'll see you. Right there. Somewhere here. Grenades are going off. The Airhead is still alive. The Airhead is right there behind the hedge. Oh! Pretty well protected for grenades. Kapuli comes around. Does Kapuli see it? Yes, he does. Begins to manually dismantle it. Raspberries to the rears, and Kapuli's able to take it out before the Raspberries see him. Rosty, bro, work their way forward. Three minutes, 40 seconds left. CU's bringing on the heat, but the Axis are holding strong still. Reinforce has not been dropped yet. 342 manpower. Oh, there we go. Okay, reinforce is dropped. I'm good to go. And remember, you don't need a drop to reinforce at the 4-minute mark. Don't trick yourself into thinking that. In my opinion, you want to hold on to reinforce as long as possible while you have full cap weight. As if the enemy's not capping, I don't know. It's what am I trying to say here? You want to, because you never know when the enemy is going to fully load into your sector. And you don't want to waste the reinforce bonus while they have no opportunity to cap. But when they start mounting it up and you see a little bit more ground being lost, then you drop the reinforce. But no sense in wasting it if the enemy isn't really in the sector at all. With 4 minutes left to go, you want to wait till they start entering the sector. Drop it a little bit later. At least that is just my opinion. I know it's a debated topic. Bombing run coming in from the circle over here by 5-way. P-Strike comes around to the back and does it take out the Tiger? Does it? No, it does. The CU commander strikes big and knocks it out to the back of the point. The raspberries begin coming inside. They're over by 5-way, but the blueberries are stacking the circle with reinforced drops. Blueberries holding strong. Plenty of cap weight, I believe. Rocket ricochets off the side. And the circle will come out ahead with the 3-2 victory, everybody. Oh, man, what a very nice matchup between these two sides. Very, very good. We saw that big backline play. I mean, Boobity liked. I maybe use that as a case study, buddies. That was really, really good. Saw the failed attempts around the other areas and the backline garrison. And we saw that, between the matchup between 9PZ and Exodus last night. Exodus ended up taking home the 4-1. But 9PZ just played a little bit too aggressively, went for the big home run plays when they could have gradually made some nice deep flanks with garrisons and stuff. But all the home runs did not work out for them. And Exodus was able to respond with some very clutch backline plays. Or very strict backline coverage for the most part. Climbers United beginning cap progress, but they're just going to be maybe 3 seconds away from making this happen. It's going to be super close. Would it be hilarious though if Climbers United wins this? Wouldn't that be something? I mean, the cap is there. They are closing out the sector. I'm pretty sure it did not start before the 2-minute mark. It's going to be so freaking close, man. It's going to be super close. 25 seconds. I mean, clearly Circle isn't going to get this back. But let's just see. I am so curious if they're going to get this. I don't think it's possible. I think it's going to be razor thin. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. I think they were 3 seconds away or something like that. That's bananas. Oh, my gosh. That was really close. But yeah, at a certain point, I mean, the team just, they know as soon as it hits the 2-minute mark, that's when you see the teams just pull back and everything. Oh, I got a combination from Victor. Oh, thank you, buddy. Oh, 2 combinations. And Walsh as well. Oh, man. You guys making me blush over here. And Bong. But yeah, man, that was a razor. But for those new players out there, as soon as the game crosses to the 2-minute mark, then you know it's over. And that's when you see tankers just rush forward and just throw away their tanks and just have a grand old time, as they know they're playing with house money at that point. But yes, thank you for joining me today, everybody. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit that like button before you take off. If you have any questions, go drop a comment below. And if you are interested in joining competitive Hella Loose, be sure to check out the link in the video description. I'm going to have plenty more streams today. I have to get a few thumbnails made and set up, and you should be able to check those out. And last but not least, if you want to, go and check or hit that subscribe button as well. Plenty more Hella Loose content almost every single day at this point. There's always something going on in the competitive Hella Loose community, whether it's console or PC. Alrighty, that should be it for this one. Yes, okay. Everybody, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.